In Deuteronomy chapter 24, here is the origin of their fight. It says, when Moses wrote this, laws from God, when a man takes a wife and marries her, if then he finds no favor in his eyes, because she has found some indecency in her, and he writes her certificate of divorce and puts it in her hand and sends her out of this house, and she departs out of the house, and if she goes and becomes another man's wife, and the latter man hates her and writes her a certificate of divorce and puts it in her hand and sends her out of his house, or if the latter man dies who took her to be his wife, then the former husband who sent her away may not take her again to be his wife after she has been defiled, for that is an abomination before the Lord. And you shall not bring this sin in the land the Lord your God is giving you for an inheritance. Now pay attention. If you read the text carefully, you will not see a license for divorce. If you read the text carefully, you will see Moses permitting something to happen, permitting divorce with certificate, watch, to protect a people group who had no rights, women. Just like the Lord will deal with children next week in the next text. Imagine a culture where women has no rights and only men could pull the trigger on marriages. So what Moses does here is permit a type of certificate to protect women from being abused in these kind of relationships. Now I want to draw your attention to one statement where it says, if then she finds no favor in his eyes, verse 1. The drama in the culture stemmed from this one verse. If she finds no favor in his eyes. That is nuance. What does that mean if she finds no favor? Hillel says, well, if she finds no favor, that is, if a brother looks at his wife and sees anything in her she does not like, he can write her a certificate of divorce. History tells us in the Mishnah that men were divorcing women for things as simple as they burned a meal. This is written in history. They were divorcing their wives for things as simple as they found somebody else more attractive. Okay, see? Let me help my ladies out. Now, imagine a culture where if you grew after your marriage, divorce. Somebody had a better bundle, divorce. Somebody had a better beat face, divorce. You marry a man and you can't cook, divorce. You marry a man and he don't like the way you dress, divorce. You marry a man and he don't like your perfume, divorce. I'm trying to give you a picture of what was happening. Imagine a culture where a man can see anything he don't like in his wife, or he meets somebody at the job more attractive, divorce. And then you start practicing that for hundreds of years. By the time you get to the days of Christ, you know what you have? You have a culture where there is no respect for marriage. You have a culture where everybody is getting divorced all the time. This is not a condemnation of divorce for legitimate reasons. This is me telling you that when Jesus got into this dispute, he's talking to men in a culture, watch, where everybody is just having, watch this, watch, frivolous divorces for anything. Women have no rights because they can't pull the trigger. So now you have women being abused left and right. I can't cook. I grew a few pounds. He sees somebody more attractive. I start aging. Not enough Botox to keep me in the marriage. Now, you put yourself in that circumstance, especially every married woman. And just imagine being in a culture where if your man for any reason saw something in you he did not like, divorce. You know what that creates? That creates a culture where women are abused. They are tired. They are weary. They feel no sense of, watch this word, because y'all love this word, security.